Hello, everyone. I'm Daniel. Justin, over there. Scenario number, what is this, four of Alice in Wonderland? 2D.
One, two, three. Yeah, it's four.
Okay, this one I think you told me was like one of your favorites, so I'm really hyped to play it. But before we get to do that, let's take a look at our changes in our decks. Again, we're doing all the customizable stuff first, and you put, I think we had 7 XP to spend.
Yeah. It it looks like I had eight because I had one
Hmm,
banked, but I upgraded friends in low places to have experienced. So now it's fast and look at three,
that's good.
which is nice. As I go on my quest, continuing to try to get all of these to 30. And then I have honed instinct. I added impulse control, so now I have three copies and they're all free.
Mm-hmm.
And I put 2 XP to bank into force of habit to you know, get this take two actions and then once again on that quest for all 10 experience in all of these.
Nice. What did you drop for the third copy of Hone Instinct?
I dropped a manual dexterity.
Ah, okay.
I thought like I would still use manual dexterity because especially because I have string along, right? But at the same time, a lot of my evading has actually been through beguile, which is a
Right?
lot different than using manual dexterity.
It's funny, we're playing another run together where you're playing Kimani Jones, and I'm like,
Yes,
wait, which deck is this? This is the one that's also all rogue cards?
that's why I was having the mix up yesterday. Whenever I drew the Elder Sign, I got excited, and then I was like, "Wait a minute, no, Kaimani has the bad Elder Sign because these decks are kind of the exact same thing."
Yeah, me too. Other than the customizable part, it felt very much like, oh, I'm expecting that Elder Sign to automatically evade an enemy, and it doesn't.
Yeah, it just doesn't. Yeah.
Oh well. All right. And then my deck, I also put all my XP into a customizable card, and I went for the Hunter's Armor, and it is fully loaded. It now
Let's
has
go.
durables, hollowed, so it's a 4/4 soak, lightweight, -1 cost, and also it's now a relic and takes up an arcane slot. I think that might have been there before. I don't remember, but uh, that's that. Everything else is the same. I promise you, after this scenario, I will put the hyperphysical shotcaster in the deck. I
What
promise.
I'm seeing though is that you won the race. You were the first to get all 10 in a customizable card. So
Woo! All right,
yeah, you're
let's
the winner.
go. All right, let's be the winner here in this scenario, which is gonna be some story time first. So let's see here. The wild snark chase. The forest around you grows darker and more tangled with each step. It reminds you of the witch-haunted woods at the beginning of The Circle Undone, on the outskirts of Arkham in several respects. Each echoing sound might be some eerie creature stalking your steps, or another of Karathnaka's shadows hungering for your essence. Your worries escalate as the clear path you'd been following dead ends in a bramble patch. You scan the tangle for any sign of a way through or around, but without any promise. Your eyes return to the path you arrived by, only to find that the forest has swallowed it without any trace. It's almost as if the woods themselves were actively working to confuse you, like many of Wonderland's other denizens. Now, at a loss for direction, you stumble forward through the rough terrain as long as the fading light allows. Each passing moment gradually amplifies your fear of being ambushed out from the darkness. You press on until finally, at the foot of a gnarled tree, you make a campfire from the fallen branches to wait out the night. Not an hour into your rest, you are awoken by the clanging of a bell and the clamor of nearby voices. You rouse yourself from sleep and find that your campfire is somehow missing, though a purring chuckle directs your attention above your head. The Cheshire Cat holds the burning logs in two paws, waving them like signal lanterns. Noticing that you've awoken, the cat grins and sets the fire back down before disappearing once more. A crowd of 10 figures rushes eagerly into the clearing around the tree, only to stop with groans and sighs. "'Tisn't a snark at all," a proud-looking man cries, waving his bell for attention. Though snarks are handy for striking a light, this one's been lit by someone or other. The hunters seat themselves around your fire with several shows of exhaustion. At least it wasn't a boojum. A man with a baker's hat mutters as he wipes the sweat from his brow thankfully. "We'd have all vanished away were that the case," the bellman retorts, seating himself beside you. He looks you over for a moment as if just noticing you and stands once more. "By chance, would you also be hunting a snark?" You shake your head and explain that you've gotten lost in the woods here. What luck! We're lost as well," he exclaims with a smile. "But a snark's the cure for that." A Snark is useful for a great many things, and finding one's way surely might be one of them. You're quite welcome to join us in our search, pending your profession. You look to the hunters and see a banker, a butcher, a beaver, and others, all with jobs beginning with B. I think you're a beguiler, right?
Me? Oh yeah, I'm a beguiler, and you're a veteran.
Yeah. You think for a moment and tell Bellman that you could be considered a bodyguard. That seems right. And he leads his fellows in a cheer. Just what we chiefly need. We'll find the Snark in no time at all now. The Tulgi wood may be dense as a dunce and thicker than thieves, but we'll find the Snark in spite of it. All right. So there's a bunch of setup here that I didn't really look at.
Mhm.
Let's see. These are the three boons, so we'll put those into the deck. And we also put the Jabberwock next to the agenda deck. That must be in the set-aside area.
Yeah, I'll pull them out. Oh, you're there already.
Okay, and that's it. I guess down here. Not next to the encounter deck. So the rest of the Jabberwocky encounter aside out of play. That must be underneath the Jabberwock. Set the Vorpal Blade aside. Oh, no. This is just in the box. Okay, great. We'll leave it in the box. Create the trail deck from the 9-story
All right,
cards. Oh,
there's a yeah, cheat sheet card up here.
great. Place the Baker's Trail on the bottom. Okay. Is there another side that we... No. Okay.
Yeah, there is. Don't look at the other side. Yeah.
Okay. Randomly select 2 cards from the second stack. Okay. 1, 2. These can go away. Randomly select 2 cards from the third stack and place them on top of the other 3 cards. All right. 1, 2. Do not shuffle. Remember that. Do not shuffle.
Luckily, I'm not in control of this one, so there's going to be a lot less random shuffling.
I mean, seriously, the thing we talked about yesterday, I did it too, which is why I was like, don't do it. And it was just a second too late.
Yeah.
All right. What else we got here? So the top card of the trail deck is considered, I'll move it a little closer to us, to be in play, and the forced effect is in play. So the broker's trail. We must search both high and low, the broker declares, but let us start low for the sake of our stock. Though the premise is flawed, this still leads you towards soft mud and bent plants that betray the passage of some creature very recently. So if there are exactly 3 locations of the horror, we flip this card and put it into play, which I assume is a location, but maybe not. So that is that. We'll shuffle all of this. Let's take a look at our other things. So this is just here?
Yeah, he's just hanging out with us in the agenda next to the agenda deck.
Okay. But he doesn't do anything.
No, he's just vibing here.
Okay. 'Twas brillig. Agenda 1. Despite the enthusiasm of the bellman and his party, you have some reservations about searching through these woods in the dark. You get the unsettling feeling that as you search for the Snark, something far stranger and far stronger hunts for you. Maybe this guy.
Maybe that guy.
We could resign and take some trauma. Okay. 3 doomed to advance. Babes in the woods. Onward to the Snark, the bellman shouts as the hunters scatter into the Tolgi wood. Search high and low, for a Snark may lurk in any tree or hollow. Once we've gotten our bearings, it's as good as found. You're not convinced it'll be that easy, or if the creature even resides in these woods at all, but some reconnaissance can't hurt. So, investigators at any location may activate the bellman's abilities. We better go look at him. Also, if there's no horror on your location, you can spend 2 clues to place a horror as an action. Objective, reveal 6 of these locations. There are only 5 in play right now. Okay. +1 willpower. I assume that's not something we have because it's not an activating ability. When a card effect would force you to lose any amount of resources, exhaust them, deal 1 damage, you ignore that part of the effect. Card would force you to discard any more cards. Okay, that's pretty good. I like that.
Yep. Here's our starting location.
Okay. Oh. Well then. I don't know if I want to do that right way. Okay, courage. If we find the Jabberwock, move it to the tree. Yeah, well, okay. We'll find some time
One
to do
day.
that.
We don't need to run. Well, we can have courage at any point.
Sounds good.
We're courageous, though. We're tough. All right. Yes. 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 I think maybe I keep you too. Oh!
All right. Well, these other locations, there's the Wabe, there's the Field of Chasms, the Narrow Valley, and the Mound of Crags. They're here too.
Yeah, they're all. I like the art on all of them.
Me too. So they're connected, but what we need to do is get clues to put horror on our
Well,
locations, and then that will
and then
get
if there's, so we have to spend 4 clues to trigger this forced effect.
exactly 3 locations without horror.
Because there's currently 5 without horror. So if we put down 2 horror,
Mm-hmm.
which will cost us 4 clues, we can advance this one, which you might be right, might be a location, and then we have 6 revealed locations once we
Mm-hmm.
have to reveal them all as well.
Okay. Would you like to go first?
Yeah, sure, sure. I'm gonna spend 1, 2 and play a lucky cigarette case. I'm gonna spend 1, 2, 3 and play a Walter Fitzpatrick. And then I'm gonna investigate 4 to 2, and I'm gonna draw a 0 and draw a card.
Uh, we need these. You
Yay, it
did.
is a 0.
You did.
So I'll get a clue, draw a card.
That's so funny. So we have 2 of those guys. The Elder Things are -2s. Okay, okay, that's pretty good.
Yep.
This is a -3. All right. No parlay ability.
No parlay.
All right, I got one of these.
Nice.
I'm going to just take a resource and play Tatsuo.
Sweet. Hell yeah. All right. You're in
Okay.
control. I went my muscle memory. I did the whole scroll up, go up.
All right. I'm lead investigator. I don't have any clues. So this gains surge. Otherwise, it's like a false lead or something. Yeah. So here you go.
Thank you.
And a Bandersnatch. Looks like a very evil otter. Okay, 443 for this location from all investigators, and if it moves, it doesn't attack, but if we go to its location, it will ready engage and attack. Interesting. Okay, I'm just gonna throw him here.
Sure.
Another enemy, huh?
Slathy Tove, Hunter Alert. After this successfully evaded, move it to a connecting location and ready it.
So, do you want me to kill any of these things?
I need one more resource before I can start beguiling this Trove. The Trove seems like he'd be pretty easy for me to keep around, though. He doesn't really do too much. I think the Bandersnatch is a bit spookier.
Okay. I'm probably gonna leave. I don't want to like. I want him to come in and not attack. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, actually, on the same, this thing has actually, you know what? This guy actually probably isn't great because if I ever evade him, he's just going to ready and move to a connecting location and then come back and ding us. So I actually probably don't want to talk to either of these guys.
Okay. Want me to shoot him?
So feel free if you want to kill this guy. Yeah.
All right, let's go. We are going to be primed for action. We have a 45 automatic that costs us nothing.
For free.
No upgrade though.
Okay.
But that seems okay. What's your fight? 3? Sure, let's get some card draw going on in this. Let's take a fight at 6 to 3 plus 2. I'll draw a card. Okay. Yeah. That is a -2.
Nice.
Okay.
That's a dead Slithy Tove.
See you, buddy.
Tove.
And then I'm going to be ready to shoot this guy twice next round. So why don't I just draw another card? Okay.
Sure. All right. I need to get you, but I need to like start getting there. So I'm gonna play this Fine Clothes,
Mm-hmm.
and then I think I'm gonna investigate at 4-2. Nice. We'll grab a clue. And then I think for my last action, I'm gonna gain a resource.
All right. This guy does not have prey, so it'll just come to me, I think.
Sweet.
2 out of 3. And okay. Impossible paths. When you would
Oh,
take an
I hate
action
this
to
card.
move from the attached location, test agility 0. This is increases for each can. Oh, this is a +4.
Yeah,
Okay, well, someone will
that's a
be.
double action if I've ever seen
Yeah.
one. Here you go.
Oh, thank you.
He wants you again. Discuss investigate if there are more clues on any other location than your location. Take 1 horror.
Mhm.
Okay, that shouldn't be an issue right now.
All right. Shall I take care of this guy?
I mean, here's a question. This guy actually might not be too bad for me to beguile. Would you rather not have this guy be a thing?
So when an investigator enters its location, it'll ready engage an attack. So that means I would never be able to go back to your location. I would have to
I
go
mean, I
first.
would I would have it be like I would probably have it be moving it around on its own.
Ah, I mean
I mean,
that's
we
not bad.
could kill it. We could kill it. I can like just like do some basic book v shroud stuff.
I mean, I don't need to kill things. That's
Oh, here, let me also see this. Let's start with this. I'll look at the top 9 fast and look for an illicit card because that's going to also determine some of these choices.
sure.
Hmm. I'm gonna pay 1 for this card. Okay. I think we just kill this guy. There's got to be an enemy that's easier than this.
Okay.
Um, I think we just stay here this turn because of this impossible paths.
Yeah, does look pretty impossible.
But let me go like this, gain a resource, and then I'm gonna spend 1, 2, and I'm gonna play a bank job, and we can each get 4.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay.
Actually, gonna give me 5 and you 3 because then we both go to 5, and we basically just like get our starting resources back.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna shoot this guy. It's got a 4. I have a 7.
Mhm.
Sorry, a 6. We can go 7 with the Bruiser.
Mhm.
We have the cat.
Yep.
Okay, that's 2
Nice.
damage. And then we do the exact same thing.
Nice.
Okay. I draw a card. Okay.
Sweet. I'm frenzied.
Okay. Good timing on that.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to advance the agenda. Okay, the Tolgi wood reverberates with a horrible noise, an indescribable hissing, gurgling, roaring sound. You don't have to ask what sort of monster could make that noise as you see it hurtling through the woods towards you. It is an enormous, loathsome thing with fiery eyes and razor-sharp claws that rend trees apart as it passes. Fear courses through your veins, and you have scant seconds to decide whether to run or fight. Fight! 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 Okay, search all play areas and out-of-play areas for the Jabberwock. Uh-oh. He's back. We were just able to look at him, and then...
Yeah.
Okay, shuffle the
And then
remainder...
I got the encounter set.
Okay, great. Into the encounter deck. The discard pile stays the same, I believe.
Yep.
Cool. Okay, this guy's massive. Okay, so 4,
And we
8,
can't
3.
move out because of the path.
Yeah, we're not going anywhere. We could do an evade.
We could.
Okay. Well, let's move on to the next thing. It's 5. It's the Jabberwock, the bellman cries, and rings his bell in wild alarm. The warning doesn't help you in the slightest, however, as you are already in the throes of battle with it. The monster swoops and vanishes in its wild attacks, making you wonder just where and when it'll strike next. You try to keep up the search while counting for this added menace, but the Jabberwock's attack has drawn the attention of much darker beings. Okay, so this means that so if we can get this guy to go to a different location, then we could do Courage.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have Hunter. So
He doesn't have Hunter.
does that mean the only way to do
we
this
also,
is to
like,
bring him from the victory display?
Yeah. I mean, we also, like, when he goes next to the act, right? We can also just summon him from the act because he goes there at the end of the round.
I see. At the end of the round, disengage, put it back to the agenda deck. Okay.
Yeah.
Missed that part. Okay, going in circles. Well, I suppose we must put a Doom on the current agenda.
If the Jabberwock's in display, whiffling through the woods gets Surge. Otherwise, so this is going to get. It's not the victory display. Otherwise, if the Jabberwock's on play, deal 1 damage and 1 horde. All investigators at its location, then move it to your locations. We each get taken for 1 and 1.
I will draw a card.
Nice.
Actually, do you want me to put like a horror or damage onto Tetsuo as well?
Yeah, I mean, can you take the both of them for me? Just you can just be sacrificed.
Done.
Nice. What are you gonna do with this trigger?
That's what I'm thinking about. I guess I need to. So either you could search. I think you search because I've got cards.
Sure. Item.
Item.
This I think is the best one we have. Okay. Okay, I have a plan. It's going to be a little bit no value, but I think it's the right thing to do. We're going to look at this and be like, wow, you're not doing anything. But I'm going to do so much. I'm going to break and enter.
Okay.
Just so then you can... I think you spending the action to evade this guy 5 to 3 doesn't seem great when he has alert.
Right. That is true. I mean, I could go up higher than that.
Okay. Do you want to... We could start there, because then I can maybe use the breaking and entering down the road. Because this guy is probably going to come back if we had any sort of guess about how Arkham works.
I have to take the initiative.
That seems pretty sick.
So that's 6. And I have the cat.
Mm-hmm.
Seems good.
Nice.
All right. Next, I have to play this.
That does seem like a very important thing to play.
Yep. And I might need to play something else. I do. I will spend $1 and 2 off of Bruiser for another gun.
Nice.
That's me.
When it leaves play, right? Okay. I'm gonna clear out this impossible paths.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna spend 2 clues and put a horror here.
All right.
And then I'll trigger this. I'll take a damage and I'll shuffle. You know what? You can take this.
That's what you're here for, Walter.
All right.
When you're playing
Apparently
both sides.
not for lane.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so this guy goes back to the agenda deck.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's good. 2 out of 5.
Yep. Time for us to get schmovin'.
Okay, this is just a 3 test. If I fail, take 1 horror, discard 2 cards at random, but I could ignore that.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm just going to take this test straight up.
Nice.
Minus
1.
1. Well, I could just automatically succeed.
Mm-hmm.
Or I could take a horror and give this guy a horror. What do you think?
Well, yeah, we should interface with the cat.
All right.
Because there's also a treachery that flips it back. right?
That's
So,
true. Okay, good.
and I'm going to draw it right now.
Ew.
He's back, baby.
Okay.
Hmm. Honestly, I might just let this guy attack me and move. I kind of have to make some progress, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So unless you want to evade him, I think I'm just gonna let him hit me.
I'm not going to evade him. I mean, I could
All right,
go 3-3, but I'm not going to do that. Okay.
I'm gonna move over here, getting attacked. Ow, I have a lot of soak left.
Yeah.
There are no horrors and no clues on the wave. Place a horror token on the wave from the token bank. Oh, okay. A way to do it quicker. I'm gonna, for my second action, spend 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna play a damning testimony, and I'm going to try to sue the Jabberwocky for damages.
At this point, I agree.
So I have 6 to 2. What does this do? 2 additional evidence. You may use it at the chosen enemies. Okay. You know what's a shame? I was gonna buy extort before this one, but I decided to do the other one, and it would have been nice to evade this guy with the extort on blackmail.
So
Anyways, we're gonna go 6 to 2. I'm gonna commit this contemplative to this.
okay.
Great.
Hmm.
Okay. That's unfortunate.
Okay. So this guy just hangs out here. I probably should come to you, or should I go somewhere else?
I'm fine on my own. I have some beguiles and a breaking and entering in my hands, so
Okay. Let's go see what else is around. Take a 1-1. Draw a card.
Mhm.
Okay. 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 I will take a resource and play this Venturer.
Nice.
Really wish I had a little bit more economy in this deck, but, you know.
Mhm.
Interesting. Okay, upkeep. This guy goes back here. Go to 3 out of
What's our
5.
last agenda like? 8. Okay, we still have a ton of time. Okay.
Test 3 agility. If you fail, put Looking Glass form. You can't. That's funny. Okay. Yeah, 3 to 3. That's fine. We'll just take 2 actions.
Hey,
Surge, Hunter, Aloof.
Oro Grove, you are my new guy.
Yay!
Test brain 3. You fail, take 1 horn, discard 2 cards from my hand. I'm gonna go 4 to 3 and just hope I can get there.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to not take a horror and discard 2 cards from my hand. Yay.
Nice job.
All right, brother. When enemy damage dealt to another enemy at Borogrove's location, deal that damage to Borogrove instead. We're never gonna hurt you, buddy.
You're a precious baby.
Yeah. Shall I do my thing?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna beguile this thing. It's my new best friend.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna parlay, investigate, and we're gonna go 4 to 0. Nice. We'll grab a clue. And then we're gonna use the damning testimony here. Seed spend. Okay, and I'm gonna choose obviously my best friend, the Borogrove. I also gain a resource when I parlayed there.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna investigate at 6 to 2. Nice. We'll draw a card, and I'm also going to spend an evidence to gain an additional clue here. I can't investigate at this location anymore. I'll take horror.
You could move him out.
This guy?
Yeah, and you could leave that clue there. I could probably pick it up eventually.
Sure. Yeah.
Or do you need to
just
drop
I mean,
a 4 here?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Sorry, I have to draw my card from this as well. Okay. Seems like a good draw.
I mean, I can save the interrogate for another time. If you want to use the thing
I'm
that's...
going to, yeah, I'm going to spend 2 to place a horror here. And you know what? One second, sorry. Let me just think about this.
Yeah, if you get the last clue, then it's...
Yeah, I think I'm gonna just I'm gonna investigate with the beguile again,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna take the horror. I'm just gonna put it on Walter Fitzpatrick because you're right. That's why he's here. Because then we save these clues, we can use them in the future. Nice. And then for my last action, if there's no horror and no clues, I'll place a thing here.
Great.
And I think that's nice.
Okay. In that
Okay.
case, I just get rid of this.
Mhm.
And I think I gain a resource,
Cool.
expecting that we'll draw an enemy or something. Okay. That's pretty good. 4 to 5. I didn't. Shroud value is 4, huh? You know what, buddy? We're gonna not do that.
Yeah.
So I don't have to take a damage in a horror, right? I think I just ignore the whole thing.
I think so too.
Okay. We'll use our mulligan on that one.
Does he exhaust? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, yes.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go 4 to 3 again. Luckily, I got my damning testimony out, so I feel. Oh, sorry, I got my beguile out, so I feel less bad about this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna take a horror and then discard 2 cards at random. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna go like 1, 2, and then put a thing down so we can advance on not 2 of these because we need to reveal the locations. But I can go. Well, we have to reveal this location. I'm gonna go 1, 2.
Actually, we should flip this card, right? If there are exactly 3 locations without horror on them. 1, 2, 3.
Yes, that should be flipped. No, you're right. Yeah, yeah, I can change this.
Okay, this is over here. Okay. The rough
There's
hinterlands. If there's no horror here, discard cards to the cost of 6. Okay.
I mean, my deck's pretty expensive. I could probably do that too.
I might get there eventually. I'm sitting and looking at a lot of skills though. Okay, so we just do one more and then this flips. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this one's going to be easier for you to reveal because we do need to reveal 6 revealed locations.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I will still move up here.
Mound of Crags. If there's no horror
Yeah.
here, discard skills from... I would do that. Okay.
Do you want to do that?
No, I think I'll... If I do, I'll probably come around the long way for it.
Okay. Um.
Because you've got a Mound of
Well then,
Clues now, right?
yeah. I'll just damning testimony here. We'll go 6 to 3.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. We'll draw a card. And then I'm gonna move this guy into here.
Yeah. Yeah. You could let him come to me, actually.
Sure.
That might be the way.
Okay.
So I'm gonna play this Hunter's Armor for 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move over one of these onto the automatic, maybe. Okay. I think I'll draw a card and gain a resource. We're gonna get there. Okay. Upkeep.
Upkeep.
We're gonna lose something. Gonna be that, unfortunately. Okay, we advance. Oh, you're just gonna be here anyway. The fiendish creature attacks with increasing frequency and fervor as you attempt to scour the Tulgi wood. No matter where you turn, the Jabberwock's burning eyes and vicious claws are there to meet you. Even your best attacks leave you wondering if the beast can actually be killed at all. No. All right.
Do you think you're attacking this guy this turn?
I will try to. I could also evade him.
Okay. Sorry, I'm not going to move my little. I could have moved this guy in fast, but I'm not going to. He's can just chill up here for a bit.
Um.
Well, because if you attack him, you kill my guy.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have to attack him, but I might as well, right? I'm sitting here, right?
Yep. Yep. And we're on the last agenda, so.
Okay.
Hey.
Well,
Back to good mode.
that's good. One and one, huh? Okay. So my armor that doesn't work, unfortunately. But, oh shoot, this could only costed 3, so give myself a resource back.
Nice.
But yeah, I'll take the 1 and 1 on the venture and draw a card.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
He knows his job.
Yep.
He knows his job. All right. I will draw a Momrath. Okay. Well, I'm going to play this a Honed Instinct.
Mm-hmm.
So I can take an action. But it's not my turn.
Not your turn.
But it's as if it was my turn, but it's not my turn.
Would you like to do this on this guy?
I will take a horror.
Yeah, that's true.
And it get attacked by this guy too, right?
Boo. Okay, never mind.
You know what? I'm not going to do this right now. I'm not going to do this right now.
Okay. Okay, how about I go first?
Sure.
So, the first thing I want to do... Oh god, what else is this deck? Hold on a second. Let's take a look at the rest of the things that are in this deck. There's one of those, one of those, one of those. Okay. Understood. I just want to make things as efficient as possible for you. So, this might sound crazy, but we're going to investigate with this take the initiative.
Nice.
I'm going to take a direct damage, but I think I get attacked first.
Yep.
We're going to put 1 and 1 here, and that deals the damage back.
Nice. Take that, punk.
And that does exhaust. Okay, so we are at 5. We're going to make it 7. I should draw a card off of one of these things. It doesn't really matter which. I believe I take 1 horror. That's fine. We could just take it here. Okay, so that's 7 to 4. I think that's good. Okay, gets me 1 clue. Second action. We're going to talk to this punk. And we have... Let's see. This is a test of... it has to be non-elite. You idiot.
Oh, no.
Forgot about
the Jabberwock doesn't want to... We can't interrogate the Jabberwock?
I forgot they changed that. Okay, we'll save that for some other time. You can do the damning testimony instead. All right. Second action, we're going to fight him. We've got a gun. That's what it's here for. We are going to fire the gun. We're going to practice makes perfect this and search the top 9
I'd
for
love to see it.
a vicious blow.
You actually hit it this time? Let's go.
Let's go. So yeah, I spent the ammo already. That is 5, 6, 7 to 4. And how much health do you have? You got 8, and I get 2 and 2 during the enemy phase if I don't evade him.
I'll solve the guy for you. It's my plan to solve that guy.
Okay. Then I'm all in, baby. Yay.
Nice.
All right, that sounds like I move 1 and then 3 more. So that's 5.
Nice. It's really good.
That's 2 actions. Oh, I get the vicious blow in my hand. Well, I think we fire the gun again. What if I kill this guy?
Good.
Is that...
Well, I think we should summon him here. So my plan is to move in here and summon him here.
Okay, that sounds pretty good. So how about I do exactly 2 damage?
Yeah, seems great.
Okay. So we'll fire with this Remington this time. And we're going to go 6, 7, 8 with the Bruiser.
Nice.
There we go. 7.
All right. I'm going to fast out a Beguile here. And I'm going to parlay evade 4 to 0. Oh, are you kidding me? Okay. Plan's not working.
Well,
all right.
I can tank.
I'm going to spend 2 and play a break-in and entering, which is going to deal me a horror. And we're going to investigate at 8 to 3.
-4.
4 to 3. I don't get to evade this guy.
Is this a nightmare?
Come the fuck on, God. Oh my. All right, well, I'm not going to be able to deal with the Jabberwock.
That's fine.
But we don't want to kill him, right? Because then he's going to come back with full health.
I can't kill him because my thing is exhausted.
Oh, perfect. Okay, then you can summon him here and then kill him next turn. Okay, well, I'm going to just try to evade this guy 4 to 2, I guess. Yeah. I do get a... Sorry. No. Okay. I can at least get out of here. Do I need to put a clue down here? A horror down here? No, because I can come over here and do it. So I'm going to move in there.
Okay. This guy stays here.
Man. Yeah. That was just an absolute nightmare of a situation there.
All right.
Auto fail until
I take 2 and 2.
Yep.
During the enemy phase. So 1 and 1 goes here. I draw a card. And then we'll put the other ones on the armor.
Nice.
Too many cards. It sounds strange, but the Overpower is the worst card.
All right. I mean, if you have to draw cards, right?
Yeah.
If your hand's already full because you're discarding, you don't really need more cards.
No, and the Bruiser kind of looks...
1 of 8?
Oh, we got time, right? Right?
Oh, yeah. It's going.
Oh.
Oh, no.
I think I just deal damage to this. And just choose not to...
Yeah, just keep your whole hand. Yeah.
Okay, this surges. Oh, that's nice.
That would have been great yesterday.
That's so funny. You're right. Okay, fine. I don't do that.
Oh. I guess I'm just going 4 to 3 on this. Yay! Okay.
Okay. So I can move and do this, but then this guy will die. Do you want to move him first?
Yeah, let me go first then. This guy's going to live up here. I'm going to move up here, which will advance this.
1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Yep. Okay. You and the other Snark hunters report your survey of the immediate area, but the bellman is occupied with his own discovery. Near the tum-tum tree, he stands above a small ditch where the discarded sword lies half buried in mud. Bodyguard, he cries, looking for you. It's sensible that the bodyguard should manage all our weaponry, for once we found the Snark. Come collect this one. It should help us threaten the beast into submission. You oblige the bellman reluctantly, but are pleasantly surprised to find the weapon of surprisingly good value and condition. Thank you, Beard, for having this not take up a slot.
Yeah.
We're going to throw it down here. Okay. Neat. Neat. Okay, so that is a pretty good weapon.
When this act advances, I'm going to take an action.
Cool. Go for it.
I'm just going to move my little bird in here.
Great. Okay. So that was you moving.
Yeah. What's our new goal?
Same thing as before, but we need to get the Snark into play, hunting the Snark. All that remains now is to chase the trails wherever they may lead. So it must be in this deck.
Yes. But now we can just start moving.
Exactly 3 locations without. So we just need to place one more, and then we advance this. Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that right now. So you can put this. We can flip this card and put it into play.
Where do you go? I don't know. There.
Nice.
Okay. The rough hinterlands, the Bonnet Maker's Trail. If there's no horror on here, you get another test. Great. Exactly 2 locations now. So we have 4.
So I have to put down 2 more horror.
Mm-hmm. And you spent your clues?
I did, yeah.
So we have a lot of clues. Okay.
Did I? Let me just check. I had 6.
We didn't spend anything for here, right?
Yeah. So we have 2, 6, 8. So I should have spent 4 clues. Yeah, I have 4 clues left.
Great.
Okay. I'm gonna take. You know what? I'm gonna have that have been the parlay. I'm not gonna evade this guy this turn. I'm gonna move in here then. Sorry. One of my moves would have been the action instead of moving the Borrow Grove in there. Because I didn't use my parlay for that because I was going to evade him to get the resource, but now instead I'm going to just take that as my regular parlay, move in with the free action instead, because then I have an action to move down here and use the testimony to investigate both of these locations.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to go 6 to 3. Yeah, it's a -2.
Yep.
I'm going to spend an evidence to discover a clue here and discover a clue here.
Cool.
Okay. We should be schmoovin' now. We should just be schmoovin'.
Okay. Do I bother talking to this guy or wait for him to come somewhere else?
I think we should kill the Jabberwock this turn.
Okay.
We should summon him and then murder him.
Okay, I move.
Because you got this cool ass sword to do it with.
Ooh. Okay.
This card is very good.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, this guy's massive. I move here. I take this action,
so we
which
gain courage.
gets courage. And then we just go with this, because I only need to do 1 damage.
Nice.
That's right. Should be 7. A 4. I have 5. This is a item, but it is not a melee.
Whoa.
Well, that's kind of annoying. If your target has Monster, Abomination, or Shadow, he's got Monster and Abomination. I would get to do both. But I only need the healing the horror part. Am I crazy to take a damage just to make sure this hits?
I don't think so.
Let's do it. Okay. Let's go. That is a 0.
Ooh. Nice.
All right. He's over dead, and I get to heal a horror.
Nice.
That sounds like a turn.
Nice. Okay. Upkeep.
This guy's going to move towards you.
Yeah, let's bring him over. He's my buddy.
All right. I need to discard some more stuff. I feel like I'm okay on weapons. And I don't know if we're fighting anything else that's big. Okay. 2 of 8. Good timing on that.
Yep.
All right. 3 to 3. -4. Great. Good thing I didn't commit to that. I take 1 damage and lose 2 resources. How long is this guy gonna exhaust for or get a run for? A little while. Yeah. Be greedy here. I'll take the damage though. Okay.
What are we at? 3?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Yeah, sorry.
I guess I have to lose Walter Fitzpatrick.
All right. So what do we need to do now? We need to put down 1 more.
Yep. No, 2 more horror, I think.
Right, because there's not one over here.
I mean, if you can do 1 of them.
Uh-huh.
Because we don't need to be at the same location. This is dark matter. It's as a group.
Ah. Sure. I could come get this one.
Because my plan is to come here and then do these 2 this turn.
Yeah, sure.
We'll get these clues off the trail.
Okay, I mean, I can just come here and discard 2 assets. I'm not going to do that. I'll play this hollowed mirror instead.
Nice.
And then I'll spend 1 of your clues and 1 of mine.
Nice. All right, horror here. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna move in here. No, I'm gonna spend 1, 2. I'll place a horror down here.
Okay, that advances this
So
one.
we can put that in. Yeah.
A victory point, and you're connected some strange
Oh,
way.
a victory point.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna move here instead because of the victory.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to use Damning Testimony with the Borogrove.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a Contemplative on this one.
Oh, sweet.
So we're going to go, what, 6 to 4? I'm going to go 7, 8 to 4. The game can't punish me if I have no cards in hand, right?
Correct.
8 to 4.
Nice.
Nice. We'll spend 1 of these to discover a clue here. And then I'll grab 2 of these clues. 1 from the Damning Testimony and 1 from the Contemplative. And then for my parlay,
want to move to me?
Honestly, I have nothing to do with it. I kind of like him to. He'll move there naturally.
That's true.
And then I can use the Damning Testimony to grab that.
Okay.
Okay. Upkeep. I'm frenzied again.
Okay, I gotta get rid of something here. 2 things. Honestly, I don't think we have time to play these things. Okay. 3. Oh yeah, move them to me.
Sorry. We have exactly 2 locations with. Oh no, 3 of 3.
3.
Okay, we'll get that one this turn.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
I've got a bird. Hunter aloof. If it is ready and engaged, okay, that's fine. We just either kill him or
Jub bird.
leave him here.
All right. Well, we're gonna go 4 to 3. Yeah, sure. That sounds about right for me.
Are you cursed?
Oh yeah, no. I don't even know why I played this game, to be honest. It hates me. I try to be nothing but nice to it, but it just rewards me with auto fail tokens.
All right. Let me go first
Sure.
because then I'll.
Are you gonna kill this bird?
I might not. I don't think it matters too much
Okay.
because I can move, right?
Okay, good. Because I need my best friend to be with me for the rest of my life.
Oh, right,
I'm
right.
gonna put him in my deck after this.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna kill him. We're gonna talk
Cool.
to the bird though, because I think that's no. We talked to this bird, the Borgrove.
Yeah, talk to my best friend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that makes it just a test of 3.
Nice.
Because that's not damage value. Okay, and then we have this well dressed. So
Mhm.
we are at 9 to 3 on our parlay.
Nice.
Yep, we get a clue from here is fine, and then literally any other location. That one.
Yeah, do this one.
And then I'm going to move and put a horror down, I think.
Nice. Yeah. Come on over to me. Put the horror here.
Sure. Let's go here. And I just spend my 2 clues, or your 2 clues.
Yeah, I don't think it matters. I can spend 2 of mine. I got more. We can
Okay.
be friends.
That's exactly
Actually, no, you should spend yours because there's that treachery that drops clues.
great. So yeah, we've got these 2 don't have any, so we flip, and we get another victory point location. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
The Beaver's Trail. If there's no horror on here, search the encounter deck. Or we just spend our clues. I feel like we've got tons.
Yep.
And then we need to have everything but 1.
Okay, it'll probably be this mound of crags where this guy's hanging out.
Okay. I think that is my whole turn.
Okay, well, I can only discover 1 clue while investigating.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much of an issue that is right now. I think we feel like we've got the most of our burst clues out, right?
Yeah.
Only problem is I have to go 6 to 4 against this one, and I'm working with absolutely nothing.
I guess I
But
got rid of my other interrogate, but that's okay.
I mean, we just have to believe, right? 6 to 4 is no problem when you're me.
It is
Watch
pretty
this.
good.
Choosing this location with the Borough Grove.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah.
Yay. um No sense in I'll draw a card. If it's Zamakona, it's not a problem. I'm not parlaying this turn. That is a nice draw. And then I'm gonna parlay this bird to me.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna parlay him up here because then he can move back down there. And then this bird does not attack, but then he's gonna hunt to
Us.
me.
Yep. To you, yes.
Yeah, okay, cool. All right, then we go upkeep.
And you do this, right?
Yes, right, thank you. I'll redraw my card from upkeep.
I do want to kill something.
There you go.
Yay!
Okay.
That's funny. That's so funny.
Are you connected to Star? I don't think I want Ancient Evils Us, is what it's coming down to.
Right, but it's so funny because I'm sitting on the victory point location.
Yeah. I think it's going to be the Wabe.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I can kill this thing, move, and put clues down.
Seems great.
All right, let's go. We'll use the Remington and go 6 to 3. We'll go 7 to 3 with that. That is a -2. And one day I will play this soothing melody, but it's not today. All right. That's my turn.
Nice. I'll spend 2 of my clues.
Mhm.
Okay. So here's my thought. I think I'm gonna put down all the horror so we can see what this final thing is, so you can see like what we're working with. Does that sound good?
Sure.
All right, I'm gonna put down a horror, and then I'm gonna move in here, and I'm gonna put down a horror.
Okay, we have to do it. It is the Snark,
The
puzzling
Snark.
prey. Very puzzling. Aloof spawn, location without horror on it. It cannot be engaged, damaged, or defeated. What the? Let's advance the act.
I will take an action when that happens as well.
Sure. Snark ahoy! The bellman hollers. If it should prove no budgeum, then after it with haste. You hurry toward the commotion and finally catch a real glimpse of the Snark. Its appearance strikes you as being rather plain compared with the majority of Wonderland's other odd creatures. Could this really be the beast whose talents you need to escape these darkening woods alive? Maybe. Okay. I shouldn't have got rid of my fine clothes or my well dressed. Now's our
Oh, they're
chance.
all parlays?
They are.
Let's go!
Okay. Seek it with thimbles, seek it with care, pursue it with forks and hope, threaten its life with a railway share. Isn't it so funny this guy just sits here the entire time?
Yeah, and he's gonna take all the credit probably.
Yeah, I mean, come on. We're the ones walking around the woods. Okay. Yep. Investigators may do the same thing with him. Okay, so if we're at the Snark's location, parlay, test any skill 4. If you succeed, place a token, and we need to have 4 total tokens.
Yeah, and they can be any type.
Could be any type.
But we could try to go for the sweep. Try to get one of each.
Try to get one of each. That does seem to be what they want us to do.
All right. With this action, I'm going to damning testimony investigate this Jub's bird's location.
Okay.
So we're gonna go 6 to 4. Oh. All right. Well, we got all the victory. Ah, I'm fucking frenzied again.
And you have to spend evidence for that?
I do. No, I'm
No, you
investigating
don't.
its location.
Yeah, you get to use survey. That's cool. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised when I played this before, notably without all the fancy upgrades, it runs out of evidence, but you haven't needed to do that.
Yes, it's so I actually like that's kind of why I chose Alessandra for this because I wanted to play the damning testimony because every time I played it I was like this card blows, but it turns out when you get XP in it actually is pretty good.
All right.
All right, so
I
we need to
have.
kill this guy, the Wrath.
That's fine. And you don't.
Only problem is I'm very far away from the snipe. The Snark,
1,
sorry.
2 for me.
Actually, I'm only 2 as well. It's not that bad.
Yeah. And this is. It doesn't move unless you fail a test. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
I still have the other Walter Fitzpatrick. That could be helpful. And I think at this point now we can also remove horror without any risk if that card shows up.
Okay. Well, we go to upkeep.
Did you not go?
I think I moved and placed the stuff. Or
Right, yeah.
Was
Okay.
that last turn?
Let's move this bird over here. Let's move this bird over here.
Sure. All right. 3 rounds. Shroud where I am is 2. I could do that. Any number whose value. I'll just get rid of this gun.
All right, we can cancel tablet as well.
Nice. Thanks, Humpty Dumpty. Oh, they're all here.
Yep. After any is defeated or discarded, investigator may heal 1 damage or 1 horror.
Okay. I'm down for that.
Sure. I'm gonna save that for the Snark. We're just gonna go 4 to 3. Yeah, I will take a damage and lose 2 resources. I'll eventually die, and it'll be okay.
Yeah. Okay. Doesn't sound like there's much else to fight. So I think I just move, and get rid of this guy.
Yeah.
The Mome Wrath, who's got a Wimpy 2.
He would have been tougher, but that's luckily our location without any horror on it.
That was probably something you were trying to do. I guess I'll use the 45.
Nope, actually just complete accident. I'll be honest with you. I'd love to take credit, but nope, that was just luck.
6, 7. Yeah.
Nice.
I guess we can do this. We might as well.
Yep.
I'll heal a damage.
Each investigator. I'll heal the damage.
All right.
That's you?
That's my turn.
I'm gonna go 1, 2, and I'm gonna try to parlay with the Snark. We're gonna do the foot one.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go 6 to 2. We can keep that one in here because I don't need it to pass.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get to draw the card off the manual decks
Why not?
or the lucky cigarette case. You know what? I'm going to cancel it. I think there's just too much value in me not drawing 2 cards.
You still get to get this one, right?
Oh yeah. Then yeah, I'll just take the manual decks. I made a horrible mistake.
Okay, so that's a resource token.
Yeah.
Nice.
I guess for my last action, I'm going to draw a card. Because I don't really want to parlay and fail ties. That's a very good draw. Okay. This guy comes up here to party.
Mm-hmm.
And then this guy goes over here to party.
Sounds good.
We can go upkeep.
6 of 8. Hey, buddy.
Farthest location. My gut feels like it's this one.
1,
1,
2,
2, 3.
3. That seems correct.
Wow, I can't believe I parsed that.
I think there's a few other 3s, but it seems...
Yeah.
Actually, maybe
this
not.
Is the other one.
This one is 1,
The thing
2.
is these 2, right?
This one's only 1, 2 away, right? 1, 2.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is 2 away also. 1, 2.
Okay, so they're all 2
They're
away.
all 2.
Okay, perfect. So I could have chosen any of them. All right, what are you thinking?
I mean, I can do the test. The only one I really can't do... I mean, I can do the damage one, right? The punch test pretty easily. I could...
Do you mind trying to clearing out my 13th vision? I drew a Walter Fitzpatrick, so I can go kind of crazy.
All right, let me get rid of this, and then I'll do one parlay.
Sure, sounds great.
And then we're okay with the Jub killing.
Yeah,
this, right?
he can punch Walter Fitzpatrick.
Okay. All right, we have 5 to 4, and we would like to get up a lot. So how about like +2? That's 7. And hold on, what's in my deck again? One more of those. I've already seen that other one. No. All right, we play the practice makes perfect. We got to
Nice.
find it, right? Unless I'm totally miscounted here. Looking for an overpower. There it is.
Nice, nice.
Okay, so that gives me 9. There you go.
Sweet.
That is a damage token.
Nice.
That's me.
Did you play the practice makes perfect?
Oh, sorry.
I was just confused.
I paid for it.
I believe you. It's not like you would just lie. But
missing a step there between going back to my deck list and all that. Yes, okay. Thank you. I did pay for it.
All right. I'm going to play Mr. Walter Fitzpatrick, and we're going to try to do the book one. So I have 5 to 2. We're going to go 6 to 2.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Let's put a clue on him.
Sure, I got that.
And then I'll do the brain one. Do you have a brain icon you can give me?
I do.
Okay, so we'll go 4, 5, 6 to 2. Wow, being Alessandra paid off. Yeah, the Snark is happy.
Yay! All right, that is a horror. And then we must immediately advance anyway, so no need to... No, not that one. This one. No need to worry about the enemies. You try every tactic you can to lure the Snark into capture. After minutes of half-hearted interest, the strange creature finally calms enough for you to approach and lay hands on it. Masterfully snatched, bodyguard, the bellman cheers, clanging his bell to gather the
Ding,
scattered
ding, ding,
expedition
ding, ding,
around.
ding.
R2. Sick. Okay, let's see what we got here. No one was defeated. So we go for Left It Dead. Again and again, the horrible Jabberwock swoops in to attack you, and each time you beat the monster back. The beast drips with a foul ichor from its wounds that grows with each skirmish, and yet it continues its assault without any hesitation. The Jabberwock grasps at you with a furious howl, and you strike back hard and true. Your final blow separates the creature's head from its body in a fantastic shower of gore, and the hulking body collapses to the forest floor, twitching and spasming. You recuperate, slowly put off by the monster's death throes, but still alive with a feeling of victory slowly building inside you. The nearby members of the
Yay.
expedition look to you with surprise and tell themselves that you could certainly use an extra ration of grog for saving them from the beast. One tally under Strength of Wonderland. We took the Jabberwock's head. I suppose I will take this Vorpal Blade, although I don't
Yeah,
know.
even though it's not melee, it is still very good.
Yeah, we'll take it. Might not play it. I'll get a Bandolier or something if we have the XP for it. Okay, and then we go to Resolution 2. The Snark looks up at you meekly, almost tamely, as the other hunters gather around to view their prize up close in the fading darkness. Questions fly and theories puncture each other until the bellman gathers everyone's attention once more. We have found success, or rather, success has found us, given the circumstances. 3 cheers for the bodyguard who first laid hands on the beast. The hunters cheer and
Yay.
call for a celebratory feast, but with only the Snark available to cook, they agree it would be a terrible waste. The Snark, in the meantime, sits quietly in the center of the group. The many purported uses for the beast seem beyond its capabilities, but for its ability to lead you safely out of the woods. The Snark, and you by extension, must know every inch of these woods by now, for all that you covered during the chase. For minutes at a time, it studies each of you hunters in turn before directing its attention back to you. The creature is observant, another quality that no doubt helped it stay out of harm's way until recently. You stare into the Snark's eyes, and you lock for several seconds before it speaks to you in perfect English. I've been told it's rude to stare. All right. Victory is 4 so far.
Yep.
And we have all 4 of these things, so that's another 4 XP. So we...
No, because it has to be more than
Oh,
player.
more than. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So
we have the bottom one.
The bottom one instead. The investigators intrigued the Snark, so 2 bonus experience. Okay, 6.
So 6 total.
Okay. This is why we play with other people. We don't just immediately misread things.
Yeah.
or play practice makes perfect from your hand and not even put it into play. Okay. Before you...
Yeah, it does seem like a powerful trick. I should try that sometime.
Before you can respond or put the Snark to use, the bellman returns from the discussion with a bottle in one hand and his bell in the other. He offers you the bell to drink from and sloshes the bottle around as if ringing it. You politely decline. I'll celebrate your diligence another time, after we've celebrated the catching of the Snark, he posits. You urge the bellman to save any partying at all for after you've left the increasingly darkening woods. Quite sage, the bellman muses. Were I not the leader of this venture, you'd make a fine one indeed. Your duty and honor should now be the first use of Snark. He gathers the hunters around you and the creature, watching expectantly. You ask the Snark to take you all out of the Kulgi wood if it can. It nods, shrugs, twitches, twirls, and suddenly you stand at the forest's edge with the first rays of sunlight beginning to weave through the trees. The hunters all clap and cheer and call for grog as they marvel at the sudden change. You look down to the Snark, but the creature has vanished away completely during the transition. Masterful once again, the bellman applauds. We'll save the rest of it for a rainy day, or snowy, should the seasons permit. But in any case, I call an end to the hunting of the Snark. The various hunters all congratulate each other because they did all the work and wander away from the clearing by themselves or in pairs, seemingly unconcerned about the sudden disappearance of the Snark. Finally, only the bellman remains standing next to you. Through all the months and weeks of hunting, it never occurred what might proceed the finding of the Snark. Should you have another expedition in mind, I would gladly pass the days as its leader. Buddy, you're not the leader. Another ally would be
Yeah.
welcome as you traverse the rest of Wonderland to save both Arkham and Alice, so you tell the bellman just enough about your journey to recruit him without any fuss. Another tally mark under Strength of Wonderland. And should we add this guy to our deck? I mean, he seems pretty good. He's got some icons.
Hmm.
I'm not against the extra card draw here, so I'll take him, unless you want him.
Sure. No, no, no.
You
I
don't
don't
like
trust
story
him.
assets.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll leave him aside over here.
Nice.
And the blade, I suppose, as well. I mean, I've got like crazy card draw here. I can't even use all these cards.
Yeah, your card draws. Yeah, it's pretty stellar.
Okay, we go to the interlude Griffin and the Mock Turtle. This one's a little shorter. Well, maybe. The shadows have kept you on edge for too long already in your journey. Even in an open field where the sun beams down on you from above, you scan the horizon in constant search for any sign of approaching darkness. Have the shadows been curbed at all by your efforts, or are they unstoppable while their master prepares to feast on Arkham? The questions tax your psyche further as you continue your trek through Wonderland. Your vigilance finally pays off as you spot an airborne figure moving toward you at great speed. You brace for a fight, but it wheels up high above you, circling like a vulture around a dying animal. You remain still in the sunny field, dreading what the strange entity might be all the while. Tense moments pass before the figure descends in a surprising burst of speed and lands in the tall grass before you. The strange beast before you is equally split between eagle and lion, a griffin in the flesh if there ever was one, and it regards you curiously as it settles its wings. Another visitor to Wonderland, how very peculiar. It leans uncomfortably close to you and strokes the underside of its beak with one claw pensively. You've chosen a poor time for sightseeing, I'm sorry to say. The stability of the place has been lacking, and those shadowy beasts have been gnawing about like termites. Your relief at meeting a more congenial resident of Wonderland is quickly replaced by your unease at the Griffin's statements. The Griffin takes note of your concern and nods sagely. Curious to see the trouble yourself? My, but you're a morbid sort, but it just might take such a sort to sort through it all. The Griffin chuckles and puffs up a bit at his own play on words, reveling for a moment before turning his side to you. Come, come, don't shy away now. The only way to see the state of things is from the air. Again, you find yourself with conflicting feelings. On the one hand, this could help you gather information easily and even assist in your travels. On the other hand, however, being hundreds of feet up in the air on the back of one of Wonderland's capricious creatures could prove fatal. Your curiosity wins out in the end, however, and you climb onto the griffin's back gingerly. I believe we have like 4 to 6 or maybe 7 or more.
We have 9.
Holy cow. I guess we go to Shadow's Churn, which is going to give us a -5. The griffin ascends with a half cry, half roar, and you grip into its feathers for dear life. Your view changes rapidly as you rise above the treetops and can see for miles in every direction. By your reckoning, Wonderland is very nearly pristine, though the darkness roils on the horizon no matter where you look. The shadows grow stronger with each passing moment, and we add a -5. Okay, that's pretty fair. We are doing
Yep.
pretty well, and we'll go
Yep.
on to the next page. Okay, the lobster quadrille. Satisfied? The griffin probes. The view is much less dismal from the ground. You consider the state of Wonderland and the shadows once more briefly before you nod. At once, the griffin wheels back down to earth, swooping this time toward a quiet lagoon on the edge of a vast body of water. Come, I know just the thing to liven your spirits after such a sight. My friend the Mock Turtle is quite the songster, to say nothing of his education. You try to envision just what a mock turtle might look like, but the creature the griffin lands next to doesn't match any of your ideas. The mock turtle resembles a sea turtle, but with the head of a cow. He sits at the water's edge, staring down into the pools with a smile on his face, but tears leaking from his eyes. Ahoy and what ho, the griffin calls out, enjoying the dance? It's a sight for sore feet, the mock turtle murmurs with a nod. You give the creature a hesitant hello, and he waves a flipper at you without looking. His attention is firmly fixed on the waves in front of him. You stand beside the mock turtle and look into the water, seeing at once a bizarre spectacle. Sea creatures of 100 varieties dance together in a complicated but stately fashion just under the water's surface. The mock turtle splashes his flippers in the surf in time with the muffled music, still sniffling but enjoying himself. Not wanting to ask the mock turtle bluntly, you take the griffin aside and quietly question why the creature is in such an emotional state. The poor fellow knows the state of Wonderland as well as I do, the griffin responds with a pitying glance at its friend. He often used to cry in his spare time, but now that he's found something serious to give him sorrow, he's doing all he can to distract himself. The mock turtle hums to himself as the dancing continues, utterly enthralled. It's for the best, don't you know? The griffin chuckles. No sense dwelling on such grim matters. You frown at the griffin's statement. Sitting by idly is only going to help Garathnica in its conquest. You warn the two creatures of the dangers the hungry shadows could pose if left unchecked. The mock turtle covers his ears with two flippers and shakes his head, while the griffin scowls at your stories. Such topics aren't polite, not one jot. The griffin scolds you. The mock turtle nods with a whimper and chimes in after. There's so much misery to be had. Only let us ration it. Let us sing of soup and schools, and join the lobsters in their quadrille. We'll do sadder but wiser. Get up. This is your chance to make a difference. We are, Mark is the type that is the inspiring presence, I think,
Yeah.
despite that card not being in my deck. The task of opposing Grathnica is too important for you to allow this apathy. You go to great lengths to explain the threat of the shadows, ignoring their protests. You spare no detail in the power, the relentlessness, and the wanton destruction the shadows are capable of. The griffin brushes off each grim retelling, and the mock turtle shakes his head woefully, trying not to listen. It is only when you begin talking about Arkham's destruction that the conversation seems to affect them. I don't know why. Arkham goes through like destruction every third day.
They don't know that though, so we shouldn't tell them. We
That's
shouldn't
true.
tell them.
We You describe the chaos and madness that engulfed the city when last you saw it. Each place and person you once held dear will be lost forever if you can't find a way to root Karathnika's out of Alice's dreams. The mock turtle bursts into a fresh cascade of tears, while the griffin draws upward indignantly. That is quite enough, he bellows. The poor fellow has delicate sensibilities, and now that you've... No, the mock turtle blurbles. Blubbers. Blurble would work too. Placing a
Yeah.
flipper between the two of you. What's made me sad is that I've been so intolerably selfish. We both have. The griffin's beak opens in shock, and he stumbles over his words, but you can't voice any protest to the statement. But he can't. To think that such sorrow was inside you, we simply must help. The griffin regains his composure quickly, and though he still looks irritated at being made to look callous, he nods with grumbling agreement. All right, let's make Wonderland even stronger. And then we get the griffin and the mock turtle.
Back.
Guidance from Alice. You feel more than a little drained from dealing with the two hodgepodge creatures as you set back on the journey through Wonderland. You try to orient yourself from what you recall of the landscape from the back of the griffin, but it's somehow all wrong. Once again, Wonderland seems to be shifting to keep you out, or at this point, in. As you stare about the jumbled countryside, a single feather drifts into view, much like one from the griffin's own coat. You look up to see hundreds of feathers floating on the breeze, slowly shifting into a long line that winds through the trees and over the rolling hills. You have feeling that you have Alice to thank once again for helping you navigate this madcap world. You march forward, following the feather trail while it lasts, but your thoughts drift backward to the view from the griffin's back. The balance between Wonderland's stability and Garathnica's advance is more precarious than you first imagined. Questions and fears mix in your mind with each step forward. Will the discoveries and insights you've gained be enough to beat back the shadows from Arkham? Or has Arkham already been reduced to irreversible ruin? Or will you even be able to escape from Wonderland back into the real world at all? Each question returns you the same answer. You won't know until you've tried. With everything else in Wonderland so uncertain, the one thing you have to trust is your own decisions, come what may. You press on, for better for worse, brace for the consequences. 2C, Bleeding Hearts. That'll be the next one.
Yeah. Yeah, this is another good one too. I think these two are my two favorite: Bleeding Hearts and Wild Snark Chase.
This was like some pretty classic Arkham, I would say. Um,
Hmm.
I liked the. I mean, I don't know what the other locations were. We had some random stuff, but I liked the abilities that you could just speed things up a bit from. Although we seem to get a lot of clues anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
But I like
But it's
that.
nice to have. It's a good way for you to like. It basically turns that one treachery into instead. Oh, we each have to spend 3 resources,
Hmm,
right?
hmm.
Which you could be like, ah, that's easy for us to come back from, depending on how things are looking.
Yeah, I like the enemies here. I thought they were interesting. I wish that.
Mhm.
I mean, this guy wasn't too bad to take out in one round, basically.
Yeah,
But I am Mark Harrigan, so
yeah.
uh,
It comes naturally. Killing things comes naturally to you.
it kind of does. But I like these movement abilities where you can let this guy come to you and then you can attack him, but this guy kind of has the opposite. Um, well, no, I guess it's sort of the same idea where it's
Yeah,
okay the round when he moves in, but not the next round.
yeah.
Cool. Uh, Decks are looking pretty good. We
Hmm.
have what do you say, 6 to spend?
6 XP. Yeah, 6.
Sounds good. All right. Well, we're gonna take some time and think about what to do with them, and we'll see you next time for Bleeding Hearts. Take care.